Hey everyone, Shannon here. I wanted to talk to you today about how to break through the noise in your marketing and really reach your target audience. Like it's such a busy marketplace today. How do you really make sure your message is heard? And the secret is in your delivery. I started Dream Local Digital 14 years ago, if you can believe that. And in that time, we've helped more than 65,000 businesses throughout North America really help achieve their marketing goals. And one of the things that I've noticed has changed a lot in those 14 years, in addition to all the channels that we use, the ways we reach people, consumer behavior, the big one for me is attention span. When I started all of our presentations, it was educating people worldwide about social media marketing. I used to have this slide that showed that the human attention span was 12 seconds and a goldfish was 9 seconds. And so I'd say, hey, so you just have 3 seconds longer than a goldfish's attention span. People love that slide. They'd always ask me questions about it. It was a big part of my early presentations. And then since Dream Local's been in business and we've been doing things, that attention span has actually reduced. So today, a person actually has an 8-second attention span. Like, just reflect on that for a minute. 8 seconds you have to capture their attention. Meanwhile, a goldfish still at 9. So if you're wondering why it feels like you're trying so hard to get people's attention, you have to be faster than a goldfish. So how you make your marketing stand out, the secret is in your delivery. So in my last post, we talked about how you need to really deeply understand your who and your target audience. And that is so important. And in the full blog post accompanying this video, I have a link to that post if you haven't seen it yet. But as we talked about there, you really need to deeply understand your target audience and the problem that you solve for them. And that allows you to tailor your messages and your offer, special offers that you have for your customers specifically for them. So things for you to think about that can really improve your delivery include what motivates them, like what keeps them up at night. How does your product or service like really help them reach their dreams or the goals that they're aspiring to or the result that they seek to have? Also, how does your product or service help them avoid pain? So people really respond to, aspiration, goals, or avoiding pain. So how does your product or service help them do that? And to first do that, you really need to know, what do they aspire to? What is their pain? And then how can you help them get there? The next thing to think about is emotion, which always resonates well in content creation. How does your product or service make them feel? Right? Do you make them feel elated? Do you make them feel less stressed? Do you make them feel successful? Generating, and how can you weave that into your messaging? What do they do when they're researching or considering buying your product or service? What does that thought process look like? What do they read? Who do they talk to? Are there any websites that they frequent? Are there any specific events or times of year that are impacting them? Like, sort of think about what's happening when you want them to choose you. And finally, what are other things that they're thinking about to sort of cement their decision? Is it affordability, trust? In my industry, it's trust. They really need to know, like, and trust you. Are they looking for references or reviews? So all of these things in this bulleted list, which you'll also find in the blog post here, will really help you tailor your message to your who, like we talked about. And now from here, it's time to really uniquely, or sort of explore how you uniquely solve that problem for them. How are you uniquely qualified to serve your audience? Why you is essentially what I'm saying, but not just why you, why especially you, right? And that should be in all of your marketing content that you're creating. What are the ways that you can show that you're uniquely qualified? Could be your years of experience. How many businesses have you helped? Like for us, we've been doing this for 14 years. And I have decades of marketing experience online before this. What are your unique qualities that make you uniquely qualified to serve your audience? Other things to consider beyond years of experience include retention rates, customer testimonials or reviews. Are there any unique products or services that your competition doesn't have, or that you do better than your competition? Make sure you're talking about how that is. Your service could be, and the service that you offer could be what makes you uniquely qualified. The geography that you serve, any awards or recognition that you've received, the method of delivery. Do you give it to your customers the easiest possible way, or the channel that they're looking for? Do you deliver to them? Is that something that's different? And then ease of use or convenience. So think about, we started with your who in our last post. Now, like, how do you tailor your message specifically to what your who cares about? And then how are you the hero or uniquely qualified to serve your who? So all of those things help you cut through the noise by offering outstanding delivery of your message. And the final thing that you want to be thinking about when it comes to this, to really wrap it all up in a bow and nail your delivery, is make sure that you're using their language, not yours. Don't use terms or acronyms or jargon that's unique to your industry. Speak in the language of your customer, both in terms that you use, but also in tone. Is your customer a fun, are they playful or whimsical? Is what you offer taking pain away? So is it a little serious? Think about the tone of your target audience, speak to them and their motivations, and then how you're uniquely qualified, and deliver it in language that really feels authentic to them. So those are the secrets in your delivery. I hope they may help you cut through the noise. Please let us know in the comments what you think about today's post. And if you have any ideas about what you're thinking about in your marketing, we'd love to cover it in a future post. Thanks for visiting with us today. Talk to you soon.